a specific personal development coach that we are appointing to work with him, a strength and conditioning guy that comes out of our elite level sporting circles here in Australia that's going to oversee his strength and conditioning, his diet, his nutrition, his build as far as, where he needs to go over the next few years. We just believe we have those pieces in place. There's only one thing remaining, and that's for Kai to arrive and for Kai to get to work.
The root cause of hype is hope.
Isa na namang gwapo at gwapang araw sa inyong lahat. Pisikal ba kamo? Yan ang operative word sa napipintong paglalaro ni Sotto sa National Basketball League sa Australia para sa Adelaide 36ers. Because may claim na napaka-pisikal raw ang liga sa Australia. At ito ang isang rason kung bakit marami ang nangangamba na hindi kakayanin ni Sotto ang physicality during actual games. This considering na 18 years old pa si Sotto at hindi pa fully built ang kanyang katawan. Compared sa mga players ng Australia na pawang malalaki at malalakas ang mga katawan. Pero kaya nga ba ni Sotto ang physikalan sa NBL? Well, yan ang ating pag-uusapan ngayon. At tingnan natin kung gaano kapisikal ang NBL compared sa PBA, ang local league sa Pilipinas.
But before that, ay meron na naman tayong bagong pag-giveaway mga gwapo at gwapa naming subscribers as a way of giving back sa inyong overwhelming support sa Express Info. At dahil road to 100k subscribers na tayo, ay meron na naman tayo 100k subs giveaway kung saan mamibigay tayo ng isang Apple iPad 8th generation pag-aabot na tayo ng 100,000 subscribers. So, sa mga hindi pa nakasubscribe dyan, ay please subscribe na para mapadali ang pagbibigay natin na giveaway. At meron pang kasamang mga consolation prizes. So, sa mga gustong sumali sa ating pag-giveaway ay napakasimple lang. Una ay dapat nakasubscribe kayo sa ating YouTube channel na Express Info. Pangalawa ay dapat rin nakasubscribe sa ating bagong sports channel na My Sports Balita. Number 3, huwag kalimutang i-click ang notification bell sa dalawang channels upang updated kayo sa ating mga bagong videos. And last but not the least, ay huwag kalimutang mag-comment ng kahit ano positibo about sa ating mga topics. So ano pa ang hinihintay nyo? Subscribe na and click the notification bell agad-agad.
There is no doubt na napaka-pisikal ng laro sa Australia, pero siguro naman hindi magkakalayo ang physicality ng NBL at ng PBA. In fact, sabi noong nagpunta dito sa Pilipinas ang NBA player na si Matthew de la Vedova na tubong Australia na tila mas physical pa raw ang PBA compared sa NBA. At parang ikinumpara pa niya ang physicality ng PBA sa physicality ng NBL kung saan ito ang nagbigay sa kanya ng Basketball Foundation na maging isa sa pinaka-physical na player sa NBA. I think it's a lot more physical here than the NBA, said de la Vedova. I think I play hard but sometimes the NBA is not into the physical side compared to the international game where you have to fight through screens. PBA's physicality was such a surprise for de la Vedova that what he saw during the games between NLX and Kia and Phoenix and Alaska made him reminisce his formative years in Australia. Growing up in Australia, it was always physical and that's how I play, said de la Vedova. Samantalang sinabi rin ng isang PBA great na tama raw ang naging desisyon ni Sotto na sa Australia maglalaro. The son of the big difference, Kaloy Loizaga also believes na napakalaking tulong ang physicality sa NBL sa future basketball career ni Sotto. At ang physicality raw ng Australia ay parang physicality rin sa PBA. At sa mga nagsasabing hindi kakasa si Sotto sa physicality ng NBL, ay siguro naman alam niya ni Sotto dahil ang kanyang ama ay isang PBA player and knows what physicality is all about. Ang ating promising young cager na si Sotto ay ang kauna-unahang Filipino cager na maglalaro sa National Basketball League in Australia pagkatapos nag-sign siya para sa Adelaide 36ers. Pero ang hindi alam ng nakararami na meron pang isang Pinoy na naglaro regularly sa Australia noong pre-NBL days noong mid-1970s hanggang sa panahon na ang NBL was formed in 1979. At sino kaya ang player na ito? Well, no other than Chito Loizaga, ang former Ginebra San Miguel forward who had a storied career particularly sa PBA sa Latandeña franchise at bilang isang college student at MICAA player ay nagpunta at naglaro sa Australia regularly during the summer para mahasa ng husto ang kanyang skill at laro. I would say that this is the best move of Kai Sotto. He would certainly learn a lot of things there and develop himself more, said Loizaga, who warned Kai Sotto that it won't be smooth sailing in Australia, but it is a tough league. I played with pre-NBL players who went up to the professional league in 1979. It was a very physical game like my PBA days, said Loizaga, who could have played then in the NBL but only as an import. The league is comparable to the European leagues. In fact, even Americans play there as an opportunity to be scouted by the NBA. The same thing can happen to Kai Sotto. Another thing, he can also find part-time employment there and earn extra money. Though I would expect him to get an equivalent of 8 million pesos to 10 million pesos per season, and it is a shorter one than the PBA, giving him time for the Gilas commitment, added Loizaga. Another factor going for Kai Sotto once he starts playing in the NBL ay ang suporta ng maraming kababayan natin na nasa Australia. I was told that Filipinos are already looking forward to watching Kai Sotto play there. I am certainly happy for him, but I suggest he must set a specific goal for himself, like helping the Philippines win in the FIBA qualifying or playing in the NBA after a year or two. That way he can focus on his goals, added Loizaga. And if Kai Sotto is the first Pinoy to play the NBL, sino-sino naman ang mga Australian players na nakalaro sa Philippine Basketball Association o PBA? So first we have Al Green. Here's a bit of a twist to start this list. Si Al Green ay technically hindi Australian, pero naglaro siya para sa Crispa noong 1981 Reinforced Conference. The 6'2" guard was still an American when he helped the Redmonizers hoist the trophy. At pagkatapos ng kanyang PBA stint, ay naging instant star siya sa Australia. Then we have William Butch Hayes. 2 years removed from going undrafted in the vaunted 1984 NBA draft, Hayes flew to the Philippines para maglaro for Manila Beer in the 1986 Reinforced Conference. At hindi nagtagal, ay pumunta siya down under and played in the NBL, enjoying a solid career. And we have Robert Rose. Pagkatapos naglaro ng 2 games sa Los Angeles Clippers noong 1988 to 1989 NBA season, Rose came to the Philippines and replaced Walker Russell para sa Pure Foods noong 1990 Third Conference. It wasn't until 1992 when Rose eventually played in the NBL, debuting for the Southeast Melbourne Magic. And we have Leonard Copeland. Si Copeland ay naglaro ng 23 games sa kanyang rookie year sa Philadelphia 76ers noong 1989 to 1990 NBA season. Suited up for Pepsi in the 1991 First Conference. And we have Marcos Timons. Timons, without question, had the shortest stint of all the Aussies in this list. The 6'8" big man who played previous NBL runs ay isang dating import ng Philippine Basketball League or PBL, and was a late replacement for Pop Cola after Coach Norman Black decided to part ways with Cheryl Ford noong 1998 Commissioner's Cup semifinals.